Here we go. Macho is trying to rob them. They will betray her. She betrayed them first. I love it. Yeah, she's like, she's there of course. She figured out. Oh yeah, trying to betray me. The sassy one. She's like, oh, you can betray me. I'm betraying you. Oh, there's a gun here. Uh-oh. Oh my god, that is interesting. Cannot shoot her. But Annqi's betraying her at first though. So actually be like a smart lady you are. Oh, so like, I'm gonna ignore you betraying me if I ignore not betraying you? Yeah, you have the guts. You're pathetic! Yeah, you're a loser. I like it, she's calling her out. Yeah, you're pathetic. You kill people in the Gundams. Yeah, can you pick violence? Shoot her. Do it, girl. Show violence. Oh, okay, she tried this, but yeah, that was a little bit silly. You know, obviously missed because she couldn't do it. Yeah, she was right that you can't do it. It's like, I hate grown-ups. She's like, pathetic. Yeah, buck. Okay, I was like... So today then, have been a hard episode, right? Machu is gonna rob Annqi, grab her gun, and be like, oh, I'm taking your money, bitch. Right? But, you know, I want to allow my sassy wife, right? Freaking best wife in the anime. She's gonna be like... What should be? Loser? See, this is great. Not because Macho goes crazy and it's called Macho's Rebellion, right? But I really like how she's just like, shoot that, do it! You know? She's just like, come on! You won't do it! You're not bad, it's like I am, you know? You're not sassy enough. So this is a really good scene because if anything, I think it gave her the most, you know, like, character portrayal, right? She was completely unfazed by the gun being like, you don't have one yet. But anyway, the race review is one day later. It's because I was at a conference yesterday and also today. But it's like a 2-hour drive, so comment later here on Wednesday then, guys. But yeah, subscribe, so like button, and let's check the episode out. Oh, she's so pissed off though. I love it. Macho saw like, oh, I'm going. I'm gonna go there. And she's just angry. That's your boo. Yeah, she's like, shut up. But she's also gonna betray him, right? Yeah, this is the scene now, and I think she because he was like, she's gonna betray you, right? So you gotta do something, Macho. Netto rare. It's just so weird. He's just like, you slept with my Gundam. It's still funny. It's still funny. There we go. It's your fault. You shitted on him. So this weird thing. You don't love him as I do. Here we go. Oh, you love it, Shuu-chan. Yeah, I landed on him now, so. And she's playing on him, yeah. He's pushing away from her. Shuu-chan! Oh my god. Machu's right. Machu's right. She's trying to steal Shuu-chan. My god, she's accurate. She's trying to use this petition to, you know, get some of Shuu-chan. My god, Machu was right from the beginning. Okay, use you and I. Yeah, let's escape you and I. Here we go. Oh, Kira. She's like, I'm gonna Kira her. Yeah, he's oh, come on, we all know what it means. Yeah. She's like, ooh, let me Kira her harder. Yeah, he's like, okay, yeah, that's we know what's happening here. But okay, it's her gun then, right? Yeah, she's driving this gigantic gun. Oh my god, this looks massive. This looks better. Neon is like, well, what? I can't find that. It's like big as a city. It's a skyscraper Gundam. What's happening? Oh my god. Is this part of the... I mean, I guess, again, like, they don't have rules, right? They're like, yeah, it's like illegal fighting. But I'm probably more that she's blasting at the city. Shoot her. Do it, girl. Shows violence. Oh, okay, she tried this, but yeah, that was a little bit silly. Back to the Gundam fighting, which is like, yeah, against a skyscraper. It's like the tidal wave thing. But this is, I don't know. I'll tell you again, the problem isn't that they have a gigantic Gundam bigger than everything else, right? In an actual like, illegal fight. I think it's more that it's fighting in the city. Wouldn't like some other armies care about this? That's kind of my question about. Oh, it's Shuu maybe? Shuu-chan, yeah. Oh god, what a Macho sees this. God, Macho's gonna be all like, you're stealing my boyfriend again. Oh, the Gundam is weird, so the Gundam has its own... Oh yeah, she could see, yeah, it's a mini-chlorians. Oh god, it's even Kira! She's getting like Kira weirdness. What? Kira! Okay, she can't control them. Oh yeah, this is what I mean. This illegal fight with that guy and Gundam, it sounds stupid. So you're like Kira City basically, yeah, the guy. Oh, she could hear it too, of course, Kira-chan. Yeah, she can also hear the Kira-ness. But she's like on the city. Yeah, but she didn't get affected by it that much because she's like so far away from it. Oh, she's Kira-ing. It's weird though. Like, is he some kind of like magical Gundam? What is he though? Yeah, obviously he has something else. Shuu-chan, yeah, he's clearly giving them the Kira, right? Oh, you can see the other side? What's happening? He can like see the other universe? He's like, yeah. It's true they had like a time warp though, so maybe this whole thing that this thing creates like alternative realities. Yeah, he's like, he can probably see the like our timeline, you know, the original timeline. So I felt that he's like, I can see the, you know, the side, yeah, like, it's a gate to the other universe, like a parallel universe. Probably. Oh yeah, there's like a giant crater there now. But he obviously knows so much more than he actually explains to anyone. And she got obviously triggered by his like opening this gate or whatever. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe she can't do it anymore because he left this universe. Did you know he actually left this universe? You know, like 2 different, you know, parallel universes, right? He kind of walked into the other one. Oh, what happened to Gundam? Oh, reminds me of Suletta now in the like final episode of Oh, they're fighting her, I guess. Yeah, they come with the like spaceship fighting her. And this Macho is running. She was correct though. That damn Nyan was trying to steal Shuu from her. Yeah, he was like, "Let's take me with you to the other universe." She clearly wanted it, but you know, I have to say, obviously for body reason, the city is empty because it's like harder to make all these NPCs, you know, walk around, right? But it's a little bit silly how I guess people would, of course, escape or whatever, leave the city, leave the area, but it's just no other humans at her. Yeah, it's like she's the only woman running around in the city, you know. It's a little bit like maybe someone who's screaming on the corner. So I was like, oh shit, yeah. Maybe you could say like that, and the army is like, yeah, obviously they have some kind of ID. Her mom though has like a higher positioning though, so. She just has the money on her though. Okay, no, the Gundam is moving behind her, so that seems pretty bad. Yeah, oh my god, so you die? See, that's what I meant. All her money, right? All the money she stole. Exactly, all the cops or whatever, the military, are obviously gonna be like, wait, what does she have all this money for? I guess she's gonna fly away, right? Yeah. Lost all her money bag. That was a little silly though, I have to say that though, a little silly. How they shot at her, and hit her like backpacks and the money flies away, you know what I mean? Usually they can be like, oh no, she's like a thief or something. It's a little bit. But here they call after her, of course. Oh yeah, because she just unlocked her weird psychic commander's bag, of course. Oh, he's a great faster. Whoa, he's dead, man, that guy. Yeah, this now they are all... But see, she can't use it anymore, yeah. She keeps squeaking, she also Kira Kira. And I guess Shuu gives everyone the Kira Kira, yeah. Like, she can't use Kira... Yeah, I can't evolve anymore. You know, I need my Kira Kira, right? I think she lost it when he left the other universe or whatever. He created a crater, right? That crater, you know, was like a time warp thing again, right? So... And now she can't control her Gundam anymore, or at least not on the same level, right? She can't actually control the fighter there. Control of her powers, and... I guess she's just like, oh, her Gundam actually got pretty destroyed. Whoa. Yeah, and this person definitely hurt half the city. That was like a tiny nuke there. Yeah, her Gundam blew up there. But that Gundam was a total skyscraper. That probably blew up half the city, basically. I was like, what? This person should be way bigger, honestly. Yeah, that was a big explosion, but it supposed to be much bigger, given how big that Gundam was. But, yeah, you wonder how many people have died in these casualties now in the sidelines. But now I guess she's trying to escape the military cops or whatever they are. Yeah, I think Machu is trying to... The hard thing here though is that where do you... Oh yeah, like where do you actually run away though? Like where do you even... Like, you know, they're like a space station, yeah, like how should you escape? It's hard to escape the cops, you know what I mean? Exactly, she can't do Kira either. Oh, interesting. She can maybe... Was she lost? Yeah, she shoots violence too much. Macho shoots violence too much. Are they playing this music now? Maybe she's like in... In fact, she also got injured by safety. Like, it's gonna be some kind of symbolism to her back, also got injured. Yeah, like grabs, yeah, like she got shot in the back, so she lost her, like, you know, spine also inside the Gundam. Yeah, all friends, she's... Yeah, we obviously like recognize her. She's like this like uber evil terrorist now, right? Her mom is like, well, her mom stands there like, hey guys, what happened to her mom yet for though? I was like, what happened? But seriously, her mom is even free there? I call BS on that. I call BS, honestly, that the cops are like, we're looking for this terrorist girl. And her mom is like, what, my daughter? And that scene was stupid. I call BS, man. Obviously, the police would arrest her mom immediately. Yeah, they wouldn't. I mean, and even if they're free, you know, I mean, she would be in interrogation, right? Yeah, she'd be interrogated. There's no way her mom would just be like, just walking around like normally, you know, after her daughter just like that. No way, but okay, here comes Nyan. It's gonna be him, yes, Erics. Both of them are gonna be picked up by them. They bought What Now then, of course. Well, they did want to hire them through Annqi early though. I mean, yeah, they didn't want to hire her. But she obviously will join him because she tried to escape City, right? She obviously will join. She's like a fugitive. Yeah, obviously she's gonna be like, I take the Nyan and obviously join that. Or she'll be stupid, yeah. She's trying to escape, right? She's like, okay, great, I will join you guys. I change country. Or I mean, whatever system, yeah. Obviously gonna betray like the current, you know, whatever it is. Well, you're like my daughter now. Come on, she's gonna be like, you're part of my family now. Come here. I hate everyone. And Leon's like, you're all dead to me. Like, good. Like, you can join us. And then, okay, you're here. It's like, good. Perfect. This is what I want to hear. Yeah, it's like, I have no friends. You're all dead. It's like, yeah, come here. That being said, obviously Macho's there too, though. She's injured, but clearly Macho is also on the same ship, right? Or at least closer. But no, but he picked her up, right? So it's going to be like, she'll probably meet Macho this episode, right? When GcuuuuuuX here, when she went crazy and started, you know, like, not, whatever, she couldn't control her Gundam. But I guess she could still fight, but she wasn't, you know, like, perfectly controlling it. And that makes sense, right? Because when the girls are going, Kira, they get, like, you know, perfect in the zone, controlling everything, right? So she can still obviously fly or pilot than a Gundam, right? But she lost, you know, her, like, perfect alignment Kira thing, which means that, obviously, then she's, like, a worse pilot, right? She becomes way worse from actual flight skills but she can still do it, right? So yeah, I think that was pretty obvious. She's like, oh no, I can't do it anymore when he left. And like I said in the reaction part, I mean, clearly he seemed to actually have left this universe, right? Given how, you know, the whole backstory, right, is the original show, then you have this, like, you know, giant, like, I don't know, let's call it time warp, teleportation, whatever, right? Like black hole that creates some kind of, you know, whatever, time leap and so forth, right? Whatever, how it actually works. But like he said that, oh, I can see the other side, right? So I would think that he, of course, then he time traveled, or maybe maybe he time traveled. Depends on how the rules are, right? It's an alternative timeline, so maybe it's just maybe it's just two different dimensions. We have two different, you know, forks, right, in the timeline, and he's moving from like this timeline to that timeline, right? But they're basically very similar. You know, minor changes, right? He's moving over there, then he's getting to, like, you know, the original timeline, like the original Gundam storyline, right? With all the cats and whatnot. That's how it seems to be. However, it could be only one timeline, so to speak, that if you change it, this is become the new timeline. It's not forking, you know what I mean? Like, it cannot be two different dimensions. It can be one dimension. If you go back in time, you alter the current timeline, right? That could be the rules. So I can see the other side. It can also mean he's going back in time, I mean, to like episode 1 or whatever again. But I don't think so, the way he expressed it. I think this whole, like, oh, it's a fork and he's moving, you know, to the other alternative timeline. That to me seems a lot more likelihood, the way he said. But again, you know, we don't really exactly know how all this stuff works. And that being said, he clearly seems to be the guy that gives these new type of girls, like the actual Kira, obviously. When he left, she couldn't do it, Macho couldn't do it. And it's an interesting, weird, like, the whole, like, sexual thing that are into him, right? And, oh, do you love Shuu, whatever. They seem to be obsessed with him, right? Like, he's kind of let it go. So it's going to be something weird explanation for that, I guess. That maybe they don't actually like him at all. He's the hot mechanic guy or whatever, right? Maybe, I think this is very reasonable to assume, actually, right? That the reason Macho and someone likes him is because he is the creator to Kira. So GcuuuuuuX is also probably in love with Shuu, right? Even if she doesn't even know it. You know what I mean? He's the guy that obviously gives them, like, the Kira feeling, right? Or rather, without him, they cannot, like, you know, ascend into the Kira. So I would say both Machu and obviously that also GcuuuuuuX here, have they met Shuu, loves Shuu because he's like this, like, waypoint of, like, the teleporter Kira or whatever. So without him, they can't do it, but when he's there, they probably feel some weird attraction to him, you know? He's like a magnet to them. He's like catnip, right? So all these girls are in love with that guy, not because they like him, but because he has a kind of weird, you know, like cosmic radium time powers, right? And they probably don't understand it, but, you know, subconsciously, all the girls are in love with him because they're like, oh, Kira, me, Shuu, Kira, enemy! I think that's pretty obvious, right? Obviously, yeah. I think it's like super, it has to be that. Like, you know, she kind of gets like a Kira Kira vibe, you know, when he leaves, right? Yeah, she kind of triggers her Kira Kira. And then she's like, I can't Kira Kira anymore. Otherwise, of course, we had the gun scene, and then obviously Sassy MILF Annqi is the best character. She owned the Machu. No, but it was a cool scene, right? And I like it from like, I'll say it, first of all standpoint, because obviously Macho keeps being like violence, you know. She's like flies her Gundam, she fights maybe someone died, you know, in the Gundam fights, like it's Gundam wars, right? You know what I mean? But in this in here, right, Annqi is like, hey, shoot them, show me what a woman you are, can you do it, right? Because this is a classic thing where it's very easy, of course, to like, you know, like fight someone in a war, right? Even if, I mean, technically the guns are pretty close to each other, but you know what I mean, it's a big difference, like, oh, I attack with my Gundam rocket launcher, versus like, no, I actually shot someone with like a normal gun, you know, next to her face, right, yeah. So obviously then Machu chickened out and couldn't shoot her, and she kind of misshot her, and I was like, you know, whatever, but obviously she missed on purpose, right, so yeah, so she called her bluff there, and it's like, you won't do it, loser. That's interesting, right, because one thing I feel is a big part of the storyline for Machu standpoint, as I mentioned in episode, I think it was 4, Roger, is that she clearly had like 2 different, you know, mom figures, right? You know what I mean? You had her own mom, she hates, right? Then you got violence mom, right? It's like, oh, violence, reality. She's like, I want to sleep, shoot, I need to be violence, right? But they actually obviously have Annqi too, right? You know, like sassy kind of MILF waifu. I mean, she basically has like, you know, 3 different, you know, role model moms, right? You know, she's like a, you know, up and coming adult, right? She's in that age, she's like trying to, you know, figure out who she wanna be, right? Like she's gonna go to college, that kind of feel, or she should be like a fighter. You know, mom again is obviously like conservative education style, tiger mommy. She also do, you know, get like a real degree in STEM, whatever. Other mom was like, you just fight them, right? In so to speak, role model wise, yeah. But here, this is why I like to see a lot in this too, right? Because Annqi is kind of like this like cooler, kind of like, oh, you want to be a sassy, illegal shit like me, you know? You want to bend the law a bit, you want to live on the edge, right? You know what I mean? Because in her peak, so to speak, right? What she's doing the most is actually being like her, like, you know, redhead, yeah. Of her 3 different, like, you know, older women she looks up to, kind of role models, right? She picked her the most, right? Yes, picked her the most in the sense. This is kind of what she would do, to betray her friends, or a little bit, you know, that kind of edgy, illegal stuff, right? You know, she's like, you're not good enough to be like me, you know. So that's I think was a good scene. Because she was like, well, you know, you're gonna shoot me because you don't like me, right? Like you haven't achieved my baddest yet. Yeah, you're too, you know, green, you're too pathetic to actually be like me, girl. You know what I mean? She called her out in that, so I like that because it felt that she was like more referring to that you actually are more like your mom than you want to be. I mean, her, you know, her actual mom. Yeah, Annqi is like, well, you're actually like your mom, right? Because in that sense, right, Macho is trying to be someone she's not. I was working for, right? And she's like, you try to be like me, but actually you are like your mom. You stop it. Just stop pretending you're like a badass. You're a badass warrior lady. You know what I mean? Like that feeling. Anyway, lastly, I do want to say though, that I found this a little bit irritating with the whole money bag scene. I did mention consideration part, but I was like, come on guys. Come on, man. You know what I mean? It was a little bit like, well, yeah. Like, yes, she dodged the bullets, but they hit her bag, and then all the money flies away, so all her money is gone, right? And all the, whatever they are, military cops, whatever they are like, oh my god, she got this money, you know? That was very silly. I hate that, honestly, the kind of scenes where it's like, she magically dodges, you know, the like 20 bullets, right? But of course, her clothing got ripped, so she lost her, like, precious item. She dropped the, you know, the one ring or whatever. You're like, oh, come on. It's like, either missed her completely, or don't have that scene where it's like, oh no, this very, very specific bullet hit that very, very, like, crucial item thing. Yeah, oh no, that was silly. That felt very forced, honestly. But anyways, subscribe back to them, and have a great day.